It is quite right to want to keep your legal fees down. That applies to absolutely everybody, and we are right behind you on that. Inform yourself as much as possible. Get as much reading done from books, from this website and from other websites as well, so that when you go to see your solicitor, you've really got it taped and as much as you can yourself. Talk to other people as well, but be aware that they may be telling you how bad their experience is rather than what's going to help you. And I think if you can, I know it's a very difficult time, but if you can talk to your spouse and help him or her and send the information you found helpful to your spouse, that's a good beginning too.
And what happens then? Should I have a meeting with a solicitor?
Well, I would have a one-off meeting with a solicitor early on. You can do this for a fixed fee and go to your solicitor and find out what you really need to be thinking about for you, because every case is different and your case will be different as well. It helps actually to take a list of questions so that when you're there you've got something to refer to. And ideally what you should come away with is a route plan to say where you are now and where you want to get to. Most people find that meeting very reassuring indeed and really, really helpful.
And what's the best way to deal with children in a divorce? Because obviously that's going to be the most important thing.
Well, I think in that meeting, do check the arrangements for the children with the solicitor. But as I always say, for heaven's sakes, don't start talking about divorcing or the finances until you really have sorted out the children. Because as soon as you do start talking about those other things, the children disappear as a priority for sure.
And how do you deal with the finances, which has probably got to be the most difficult thing?
Well, finances is where most people get bogged down, and that's where most of the fighting occurs, if there is going to be a fight, and most of the expense, therefore. So be very careful and take it step by step. The first step is to find out about your finances as much as possible. So work out what your income is on a monthly basis, work out what your household expenses are. There's a very good website on the Money Advice Service, there's a reference on the website, and look at their divorce calculator. It gives you lots of tips as to how to fill this in. And then you pull together all your other, your capital, your savings, details of your house, your mortgage, your pensions. Bring all of those things together. If you can do that for yourself, then you really have saved yourself a fortune.
It does sound as though you see your solicitor rather as a consultant. Is that fair?
Absolutely. And if you want to keep your expenses down, that is the best way to use a solicitor. You do as much as you can for yourself. You get an initial meeting to find out where to go, and then come back to your solicitor once you've worked out what your finances are. And the solicitor will then give you a realistic grasp as to what is feasible, what's going to be practical, what's going to work for each of you, and of course what's going to be fair.